What's up, y'all? My name is Nate. This is Throttle Only. This is a Mercedes Benz C300. Let's check it out. All right, so let's go ahead and get right on into it. So this C300 is in obsidian black. It is a very beautiful color. So there are 3 trims for the C300. The lowest is called a premium. The middle trim is the exclusive, which is the one that I have here today. And the highest trim is the pinnacle. So MSRP for the Mercedes Benz C300 is $44,850 US dollars. The one I have here today has an extra $10,000 in options, bringing the price to a whopping $57,220 US dollars. And under the hood, there is a 2-liter inline 4-turbo with mild hybrid drive. It has an automatic transmission, out 255 horsepower and 295 foot-pounds of torque. And it can go 0 to 60 in 6 seconds. And with a full tank of gas, this car has 550 miles on the dash, which is pretty impressive. But the MPG numbers are as follows: 25 in the city and 36 on the highway. So with the exclusive trim, it does include a good amount of things here. So it includes all premium trim features, plus enhanced ambient lighting, illuminated front door sills, Burmester 3D surround sound system, Dolby Atmos, online music streaming, front cabin wireless charging with NFC pairing, surround view system, Parktronic with active parking assist, and Guard 360 security system. So additionally, this vehicle will also have the AMG line with night package, which includes 18-inch AMG 5-spoke wheels with black accents, AMG body styling, gloss black exterior accents, chrome star pattern grille, sport brake system, sport suspension and steering, AMG line interior with sport front seats, sport steering wheel, brushed stainless steel pedals, and Mercedes-Benz Tex upper dash trim. All right, so we're at the front of the vehicle now. So I don't usually start with talking about the glass on a car, but I did want to mention this. First off, it has a really cool Mercedes logo right here on the glass that's etched in cursive. I think it looks really good. So let's also talk about this hood. There is so much dimension to this hood. This is going to be the same one that they use on the AMG C43. This is just the standard C300, but it looks really good. There's lots of contours and dimension on it. As we come on down, you're also going to have a Mercedes logo right there on top. No more standing logo whatsoever. And then as we come on down further, you will also have a front camera system that will allow you to see everything that is in front of the vehicle. And then you're going to have a giant Mercedes logo there. That's going to house all of your adaptive cruise control bits and stuff like that. This is going to be called Distronic by Mercedes-Benz. Also want to note this beautiful 5-star grille here. If you look very closely at it, you will see that it is actually small Mercedes logos, but it looks really awesome from afar. As we come on down, you are going to have a decent amount of venting down there just to help with some cooling, and then a small lip spoiler here on front that is going to be body colored. As we move on to either side, you are going to have some functional venting as well to help cool those wheels and those brakes there. And then lastly, we cannot forget my favorite part, these Mercedes-Benz headlights. They look so nice. Mercedes always does a really good job with their headlights, but these look especially menacing. And there is a lot of dimension and stuff that you can see inside of that headlight housing. And then when you turn on the turn signals, this white light here will go ahead and turn amber, and it will do that on both sides. I think that looks really nice. All right, so now that we're looking at the side of the vehicle here, let's go ahead and talk about these wheels. So those wheels are going to be the AMG 5-spoke 18-inch wheels, and they look super nice. Generally speaking, I am not a fan of any sort of wheels that are not black, but Mercedes does a really good job here. If you look closely too, the disc brakes are also going to have slots in them to help cool down the brakes. And then as we look at these mirrors here, so you are going to have your LED indicators on the side there. There will also be a camera here. We'll also have your blind spot monitoring system indicator that will blink red when someone is near. And then these are also going to be auto folding and auto dimming as well. And then when we look at these door handles are going to be in chrome. Personally, not a fan. I think it would look a little bit better if it was just completely black, but you can just walk up to the vehicle, place your hand behind, and then it will allow you to open the door. And as we come just a little bit further down, you are going to have a side skirt. It is going to be body colored, and it does come out just a little bit from the vehicle, but I think it looks really good. And as we make our way down, I spot two different body lines. There is going to be one up top just above the door handle, and then there's going to be another one almost touching that side skirt there, which looks really good. Might be a little bit difficult to pick up on camera, but in person you can definitely tell that there is some dimension there. Then as we come on back, on the rear doors, you're also going to have that same key sensing system. You can just place your hand behind the door and it will go ahead and open or lock for you. All right, so now that we're at the rear, let's go ahead and start with this window here. So with this window, you will have all of your defrosting lines there, and your third brake light will be housed just at the base of that. Then looking a little bit further down, you are going to have a pretty nice spoiler here as well. It is going to be body colored, and that is going to be part of that AMG night package that I discussed a little bit earlier. And then a little bit further down from that, you will have your C300 logo. If you got the 4MATIC or AMG, you will have another badge on the other side or flipped around. And then also you will have a Mercedes logo just below that. And you will also have a reverse camera that will pop out. You might be wondering where the reverse camera is right now. It will not pop out from here, however, it will pop out from below, and I'll go ahead and show you what that looks like. Okay, so now with the vehicle on, we can actually take a look and see what these tail lights look like. I think they look really good. They do have a very nice bright red at night, and then when you turn on your signal, they will turn amber. It's very amazing how they have so much dimension to them. When you actually come up to the vehicle and look at it, it looks really cool. Then as we go ahead and come on down, you are going to have some chrome exhaust tips. I think they look okay, but again, I am a full blackout kind of car person, and I think it would look a little bit better if they were black. Maybe add a little bit more dimension there as well. You're also going to have a pretty small diffuser, but nonetheless there is one there. And then lastly, on the sides here, you're going to have a little bit of fake mesh venting, but I still think it looks really good and kind of goes really well with this AMG night package that this car has. Okay, so that pretty much wraps up the exterior styling on this C300. Let's go ahead and listen to see what this exhaust sounds like. Then we'll look at the engine bay, then we'll look at the trunk space. All right, so I have the hood popped here on this Mercedes Benz C300. This is gonna have some nice struts here, so there's not gonna be a hood prop or anything like that. And then this is gonna be what this 2-liter 4-cylinder inline with mild hybrid drive looks like, and it looks pretty clean. And then here is the side profile of the vehicle, and this is what the engine looks like in relation to these front wheels here. All right, so let's go ahead and look at the trunk space in this vehicle. So there are gonna be 3 different ways that you can go ahead and open the trunk. The first of which you can do on the driver door panel. You can also put your finger right under the Mercedes Benz logo here in the rear, or you can use the key fob. And let's just talk about this key fob real quick. So it does have the Mercedes Benz logo right there. If you press that, it will lock the vehicle. You have unlock down below, and then your liftgate controls here. Okay, so with the liftgate open, let's go ahead and start at the top here. So you are gonna have your automatic controls, which are gonna sit right here, and then you can also lock the vehicle from behind as well. This is what the inside is gonna look like. You do have a little bit of a hump here for your loading floor. And you also have a small area right here. You can store some items there. On the side, there is nothing here except a panel. And then underneath, you have some more storage area there as well. And then to go ahead and put the seats down, you can push here and then do the same on this side as well. And that is how much room you have with the seats down. Okay, so I'm already in the back seats here. First off, I want to talk about these seats. This is part of the AMG line, and these are a red and black contrast to them. I think they look really nice, and they're also pretty plush as well. And then talking about the legroom, there is a pretty good amount of legroom. The seat is adjusted for someone who is about 6 foot, maybe 5'10". There are some nice contours, indentations in the front seats there for your knees and your legs. And there is a good amount of footroom there as well. Let's talk about these door panels. These door panels have some nice materials on them as well. You have that nice red leather there. You have your Burmester sound system wrapped in some nice aluminum colors there. And then you are also going to have some ambient lighting that is going to wrap around a good amount of items there on the door panel. And then you will have some small storage spaces just down below that. We're also going to have a pretty decent sized panoramic sunroof, and you're also going to have some AC vents back here as well. All right, so looking at the passenger door panel now, so you are going to have those beautiful materials that we saw in the rear. However, you are also going to have some memory seat controls on here, which is going to be pretty nice. And these are also going to have heated and ventilated seats, and you can toggle them by just pressing right there. And you will also be able to adjust your seats using these buttons right here. This is a look at that beautiful red and black AMG line material right there. And then you also have a glove box just in front of that. And then as you exit and enter, you will also have a Mercedes Benz illuminated sill. Okay, so this is how much room there is for a passenger at 6'1". Of course, you can just go ahead and move the seat all the way back and just squish your passengers. And then also one other thing I wanted to note while I'm here is you can actually toggle on the ventilated seats and the heated seats at the same time. That is pretty cool. Okay, so I am in the driver's seat now. There are a few things I want to talk about while I'm here. Let's go ahead and talk about the center console first. So it is pretty plush. You can go ahead and push this button on top and it will go ahead and open up the center console. You are going to have two USB Type-Cs in here, and there will be just a small light below that so you can see what is inside your center console. Just up from that, you're going to have this beautiful material here. This is going to be a metal weave that you can configure on Mercedes-Benz website. And then you do have this area here. If you go ahead and push up, it will go ahead and reveal some wireless charging, one USB Type-C port, and then you will also have a little bit more storage area, maybe to put a garage door opener in. And then you will also have two cup holders that you can fold. All right, so now let's go ahead and talk about this infotainment screen here. It is absolutely massive here. So first off, down below here, you're gonna have your climate control settings. If this will stay here, and if you want to pull up your full climate control settings, go ahead and click climate menu right here, and then you can adjust where you want the airflow to be on, adjust sync, turn it on or off. We'll go ahead and push home here. It'll bring us back to this home screen. This is the phone that is connected. Of course, it's mine. This is also going to have radio, Sirius XM, your specific media. If you go ahead and scroll, then you have apps. Go ahead and go back. You'll have Mercedes Store as well. We'll go ahead and go back from there as well. And if we hit comfort here, you can adjust your ambient light settings, and then you also can adjust your seat kinetics. Seat kinetics will just go ahead and move the seat occasionally so that your butt doesn't get sore or your back doesn't get sore. Go ahead and click ambient lighting, and then we can adjust all of the ambient lighting settings from here. The color, the brightness, the effects, and then this will also have multicolor modes as well, where you can change those and customize them how you would like. We go ahead and hit home once again and swipe. We go to the information section here. So this is under the engine area. So this will display torque, power, boost pressure, and some other information here as well. If I go ahead and push on the accelerator, you can see that this area changes, which is pretty cool. If I go ahead and hit vehicle, you have accelerator percentage, brake percentage as well. As I press on the brake, you can see that this area here increases, and same with the accelerator there. Then you're also going to have your grade percentage there as well. If I go ahead and hit consumption, that's pretty self-explanatory. Go ahead and hit home. We'll have vehicle settings down below right here, assistant settings, standard vehicle settings, light settings, system, and information. A couple things to note down below from the screen here. You can adjust your drive modes by pushing this button right here. Now I am in Sport Plus mode. To the right of that, you have an individual mode. You also will have a sport mode, comfort mode, and an eco mode. Then you can also quickly access your cameras from there by pushing this camera button here. If I go ahead and press that, then my cameras show up. I have a front camera here, rear camera. You can also look at your sides as well, and then you can just go ahead and move it over. Quickly push this side. You also have an auto button there as well, and you can see there is a turkey right there on this side of the vehicle. Down from that, you're also going to have a quick car functions button right there. Go ahead and click this and it'll show up some of the quick functions of the vehicle, and then you can also hit all settings here as well. Then you're also going to have some hazard buttons, your volume control, and then you can also turn off this display as well. Alright, so on the left side of the steering wheel here, you're going to have all of your light controls here. So this is going to have your parking lights as well. So if you are in the city and maybe you want to make sure that cars are not going to hit you, you can go ahead and turn this dial to whichever side you like, and it will go ahead and show the lights on the outside. You're also going to have an electronic parking brake, which is going to be right here. I'll go ahead and switch this back to auto. And let's go ahead and look at this steering wheel here. So beautiful AMG star here in the center. You're all going to have these cool double spokes here on the bottom, and then also on the left and the right sides here. And then the steering wheel is also going to be a little bit flat here on the bottom, since it is going to be part of this AMG line. And then the steering wheel is also very chunky, and it has some nice perforated leather here on the sides as well. And then it is going to have paddle shifters on the back here. You'll have your turn signals and wiper controls on this side, and then of course you will have your shift lever on this side, and it will be an actual stock there. And then as we look at the controls here on the actual steering wheel, so up here will control all of your information for your digital instrument gauge cluster here. So if I go ahead and hit home, then you'll see there are multiple views that I can choose here depending on how I'm feeling. So if I go ahead and hit service, there we go. Go ahead and hit home once again. Go ahead and hit assistance. There is a car right in front of me as it displays. Classic mode, which is my favorite mode here. And you can also change what is in the center here as well. To do that, you'll just have to swipe just like this. And then go ahead and hit home once more. Shift it on over, and this is going to be sport mode here. And then understated, which is a very minimalist design here. Moving on, you will have all of your cruise control goodies right here. And then you're going to have similar buttons that we had on the left side here, a home button, and then some menu controls as well as the back button. And this is going to be able to control your settings for your giant center screen here. And you can go ahead and toggle just like this. And then you will have your media controls here, as well as your phone buttons and favorite buttons right there. Alright, so now I'm here in the Mercedes Benz C300. Let's go ahead and start out with the 0 to 60 in sport mode here. And that's it. So honestly, this is super smooth. It's not fast, but it's quick. And everything about this vehicle just screams super comfort. Even in Sport Plus mode, even in sport mode, it's just comfy. So I've been getting about 6.5 seconds, 6.3 seconds on draggy 0 to 60, but I really don't care too much because, like I said, this car is really meant to just be comfortable, and it gets really good gas mileage as well. And everything in here just feels super premium and super luxury. These seats are super plush, really reminds me of how comfortable the Tesla seats are. There's really nice aluminum materials and leather materials throughout. You have this giant screen here in the center, which really does remind me of Tesla, but nonetheless, it is really responsive and it looks good as well. And probably my favorite thing is this weave here. It's called metal weave that you can option on test on the Mercedes Benz website, and it looks really good. It's not a fake carbon fiber or anything like that. It's kind of its own thing. Another really nice thing is this digital instrument gauge cluster. I just love digital dashes. There's no analog anything on here. However, there is an analog component to the digital component, if that makes sense. And it just works really well. This is not a full AMG vehicle. It just has the AMG styling, and everything about it just feels very nice to me. I think my only gripe, if I did have one, would probably be the fact that this is front wheel drive, and the 4MATIC all-wheel drive is a $2,000 option above this one. And I just don't see why they have that front wheel drive option. I know it does increase your fuel efficiency, but it just seems a little expensive to me to be spending almost $60,000 for a front wheel drive vehicle. But nonetheless, everything in this vehicle is super nice. It drives very well, especially in the comfort mode. Bumps are nice and cushioned, and everything just feels very premium. So if you are getting one of these for that $60,000 price tag, I don't think you'll necessarily be let down, but just keep in mind some of the things that I mentioned. And if you're able to get one that's used for a lot less, well, that certainly is a bargain. So I really hope you guys enjoyed my review of this Mercedes Benz C300. If you did, consider liking, consider subscribing, and that will help me get more vehicles in the future. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.